The people have used their oil revenue to invest in infrastructure, education, research, so many things for their citizens. Where you cannot go to school, there is a student loan you can take. So when you have this kind of rosy GDP, $509 billion, it's so attractive. But it's like an airline. You've carried people in first class, you've carried people in business class, but the whole of economy seats are empty. That is the Nigerian people. They are not there. But you calculate all the, all the seats as this is the revenue for the year. I mean,
from that flight.
From that flight. That's what we are seeing now.
Yeah.
Where does the average, the ordinary Nigerian come in? Because the purpose of governance is the people.
Absolutely, I see your point, Fidel. I think, like I already pointed out, you were mentioning where they've used Qatar, for instance, used their oil revenue to invest in. Education is one of the structures that government needs to also ensure that the right laws are put in place to ensure private sector participation. So all of this, for instance, if you have over $500 billion in GDP worth, and it doesn't translate to anything, you are looking at it from the viewpoint of being a Nigerian, which is fine. But for the international community, that shows opportunity.
That's correct, yes, yes.
And it is only when the structures are in place that they can be attracted to come in and be a part of the process to ensure that the benefits of this actually gets to the common man.
Okay. So more than ever before now, Chooks, what you are saying is that structure now is the watchword.
Yes, absolutely.
Security. Because no matter how rosy an economy is, if the security situation is not, okay, people will not be part of it.
No, but people are coming in spite of the insecurity
more
we
will have
talk
come.
about.
It can get better.
It can get better.
So which means we can
a
even
lot more will have come.
So the figure could be higher than this.
Yes, absolutely.
The potentials are there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's never been in doubt that Nigeria has potentials. We have vast human resources. We have natural endowments. All of those things are things that, with the right structure and the right policies, can be put to better use, to better the life of the common man.
Okay.
Which is the most important thing.
Yeah, and also it is also pertinent to say that infrastructure is key. And right now, infrastructure is in the hands of a government.
Yes.
And just lately, the issue of the regulation of a power sector and all of that. Let's also quickly ask you, your take on the regulation of the power sector, because you have just mentioned that it's very, very vital as a structure to what is happening now. So far, so good, or so far, nothing yet. How will you assess that?
Well, there is still a lot more to be done.
Okay.
Because by unbundling the generating companies and the GENCOs and the distribution companies, the DISCOs, that's as far as it goes. It still comes down to ensuring that these people who have committed a lot of investment in private sector funds can get the desired returns from it. And that can only come from, for instance, we can also look at pricing of the power. How is this priced currently? Is that going to be sustainable for a private sector driven business? All of those things are things that government, would also need to come up and ensure that they are in place. And that would attract better, it would, like what we saw from our telecom sector. As soon as it was deregulated and we saw foreign participation, we saw competition. Prices went down, call rates went down. And this is what we expect, in private sector driven initiatives like this.
Finally, before you put in your final question, okay, many people watching us, are saying that, look, the biggest economy in Africa, is this for real? Is it true? Are we the one declaring ourselves? Does this have international certification that this is truly Africa's biggest economy? There's a need to clarify that, because there are so many doubting Thomases. Over the last one, we have heard many people tell me that, look, that's what Jonathan is saying. Are we sure that is the case? Is this, can we say that this is verified, this is authentic, this is, has gone through all of the processing it should go to be able to declare this?
Okay, I won't really go into the politics of this.
Okay.
But I think being on a fair assessment of how to look at this is, have we seen any significant growth in our telecom sector between 1990 and 2008? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Has Nollywood grown significantly between 1990 and 2008? The answer is yes. So there are some key indicators that you look at. You can't really question the integrity of that. But how it goes from there, the truth is I won't want to say we are a judge in our own matter. I think it is proper to capture sectors that before now weren't properly captured in GDP calculation.
What is IMF? What is the World Bank saying about this? All of the people that at least we know that they have the capacity to actually look at this, at these figures and say, this is okay.
I think what matters is how we as Nigerians benefit from it.
Okay.
If the IMF goes and says, okay, it's valid, and we still don't see any direct input in our day-to-day lives, I think it doesn't really account for much for me.
Or they say, no, we don't agree with it. You have to do more.
Yeah, exactly.
The only way we can agree is that when you sack the half of your public service,
Yes.
I think
but officially they do agree.
Yeah,
They
both
have
at
agreed.
the World Bank,
And
but there is also a caveat, like we are saying, that it doesn't necessarily lead to additional investment.
No.
Yes.
So it goes back to the issue of structure he's talking about, clean up those gray areas, loopholes in the system, corruption in the system, because assuming we'll have a very credible administration where you don't have corruption, probably the figures will have been better.
Much better.
Absolutely.
So let's round it up. What is key in this is the potential that it shows.
Yes.
The potential that it shows is what is important.
Yes.
Fantastic. Let us build on that. Like Chooks have said, we must build on that based on the structure, that the government put in place, entertainment and all of that. We can still grow. This is just at the beginning. On that note, we say congratulations to Nigeria for whatever it is worth. At least we know that the potential is there. And we hope that in the many years to come, the structures will come in place, and then truly we can find our true place in Africa. I'm Kunle Abrosade. Thanks for watching our show this morning, Fidel.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't feel bad as a common man, because better days ahead. That is what the GDP shows. Because the question is, what is the need for me as a common man? The answers are not there right now.
The potentials are on the way. Okay, so congratulations.